Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Merika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
'Cause we don't!
Okay, guys, this is a new type of thing we're doing since we're only recording the main episodes every other week, we're gonna answer questions on the off weeks.
Yeah, fun. So you don't forget about us.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we're gonna just start out with some listener questions. I pleaded and I begged, and I somehow got 3. Okay, how do you make a life decision, big or small, and be excited about it as opposed to scared about it?
This is like, I kind of think about like the regret thing. Like, am I gonna really regret it if I don't do it now? Type of thing. So
that's like putting yourself into the future and looking back on it.
Right. Like, I totally regret like not living in California when I was young, and I feel like I can't do that now because I really want to have a child. So that's like trumping everything right now. And like,
California's too expensive to have a child in, kind of thing? Or
it's not that. Like, if my parents lived in Cali, totally would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But my parents don't live in Cali, and I want them to help. I need their help because I'm doing a single mom by choice thing. So yeah, like, you know, and it's very scary and daunting because this past weekend with my parents was just like, ugh. Especially with my mom, I'm like, great, this is just a preview. Like, you're so fucking annoying. And then I have to think about, like, you helping raise my child.
You guys are going to be a team.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. But I'm like, okay, either Merika, like, you don't do it, and then you're going to be old at 50, and you're like, fuck, I don't have anyone to take care of or have anyone to take care of me.
You don't have the child.
I don't have a child, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, just suck it up and do it, because you're definitely going to regret not having one. So I'm like, yeah. So it's the regret thing. Like, it's like bad, like, it's like medicine. Like, is this, you don't want to take it because it's medicine, because medicine tastes gross, but you know it's good for you. So,
yeah. Good
medicine.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very broad question, so it can be interpreted a lot of ways. I think
Right.
A lot of times,
yeah.
I think for a lot of stuff, I'm curious, if I've never done something before, then I always definitely want to do it, because I'm like, it's something, especially as we get older, you don't always get those new experiences anymore.
I know. College.
Everything used to be new.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've never done that, so I'll try it.
Right.
It's kind of where I am. And then...
Like, I've never done anal, so I tried.
Excuse me?
I tried anal. We attempted, but it just hurt.
Well, it always hurts.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that. Well, I knew it would hurt, but I didn't know it would hurt that much. And also, there's no prep involved, so...
Oh, my God.
What? That's what happens when you're, like, fucking, like, 21, you know? You don't know.
But, like, no prep, but you guys still use, like, lube, and you took it really...
No lube, no nothing. Because I just wanted to try it. Like,
you guys, my mouth is just, like, agape. No lube. No. Just a dry dick. Sandpaper.
Oh, no, he's been fucking in my vagina.
Oh, natural juices.
Natural juices.
Okay, but still.
Yeah, no, still.
But still.
Yeah, no, just, you know, because I didn't know, like, I didn't want a finger up my ass, like, but I wanted something bigger, and, like, you know, just, yeah. So, because I thought we did it once.
How did we get here?
Well, you talked about
life decision. That doesn't sound like a decision at all. It sounds like an impromptu, like, let's do anal.
I mean, I've asked my, like, college boyfriend at the time, like, multiple times, and we did it, like, we tried 3 times, and like, no.
Okay. What I fear about, like, anal, especially as a gay person, and, well, because there's gay guys that are only tops, and, like, I knew this gay guy who was, like, in his 60s, and he was like, wait, let me see if I can imitate him. He was like, yeah, I did anal once when I was 16, or I tried, but it, like, hurt, so I'm just a top. And I was like, for decades
you have a prostate.
You have a prostate.
down
like,
there.
what a missed opportunity of your entire life.
Yeah.
You guys, it's 2020. It's time to be verse. Gay men, sorry.
It's also straight men too. Okay, you have a prostate.
Yeah.
Okay, embrace that shit. Don't be like afraid.
Merika, you're exactly right. Embrace that shit.
Literally.
Literally.
I know
Let your shit
somebody
embrace it.
who has embraced that shit on his own, so good for him.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to our second question.
Okay.
I think we answered that perfectly, and we gave them everything they needed.
Right.
Okay, second question. We kind of have talked about this before, but I feel like we have a little bit more expertise now to use
this
a word
person that
real.
asked this question?
No, I mean as our former selves. But how do you decorate an entire home/apartment? My friend that asked me this lives in a condo with his husband, and he moved into the condo. His husband already owned it, and he'd hired a decorator.
Oh.
But my friend, he didn't really get to decorate it, so now they're looking to redo a lot of stuff, like get a new couch and do it on their own. And he's like, "This is fucking hard."
Yeah, it is hard.
And I'm like,
especially when there's different like styles and aesthetics and stuff. For me, I like color. I like.
Well, it's about knowing what you like.
Yeah, it is
but
exactly right.
How do you figure that out?
I watch like design shows, and then also I follow like architecture digests on Instagram and stuff.
Okay.
Also, like, my parents were really good at interior design, too. Like, I don't know.
They are.
So, just, like...
Rika's
just
house
have
has...
a good taste. It's really...
Okay, but I mean, as far as, like...
And not being lazy.
Tips.
But, okay, so you have to understand, like, a palette, and I would maybe do, like, a mood board or whatever kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And, like...
That's such a cute, like, couple activity where if it's, like, a physical mood board and you made it together.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you can bring different textures in it and stuff like that.
Or different, like, sextures.
Right. Like, this is where we're gonna fuck. This is, like, when it comes to picking the couch, you gotta, like, kind of test it out and make sure it's comfortable where you can fuck on it and then also sleep on it. But also, it's able to clean up spills and shit, you know? And it's a neutral color, also. That's another key thing. I feel like neutral, cool tones... You know, and then you'll have, like, accent pieces of bright colors and stuff like that, you know?
So have sex on the couch in the store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, with, like, you don't have to at least, like, do it with clothes on and just, like, practice or something.
Yeah.
The moves.
I think with my thing, because I was, incredibly overwhelmed by my house, but it's funny when people come over, they're like, this place is so you. They're like, oh my God, this is you. No, they're like, it's cute, but they're like, Miles, this is you. And I'm like, all I did was like, I didn't know what to do, but I know that I like color, so I painted the walls colors. Yeah. And then I just like had all this random crap and put it all on the walls. Like there was, other people, like my friend's place, she's like, we just did everything black and white. And it looks good, but she's like, that's what made sense to me. It's easy. Everything's black and white. Boom. And it looks really good. But I'm like, that's not me.
It's not me either.
And I think I thought I had to, like, come up with this, like, amazing scheme of, like, na-na-na, sha-na-na. But I was like, pink, walls, great, couch, IKEA, rug, let's go. Like, and it all, like, I think worked because I think it's about relying on your own taste. Like, I would see stuff and I was like, this looks like me. Like, which you already know your own taste because you know your clothing. Because your clothing is already a collection of your taste.
Right.
And my clothing is extremely colorful.
That's a good point. I think I learned that from a show, too. Like take
you learned that from I don't know what I'm doing. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe I learned it from you.
I don't think I've ever said that. But my other thing, which maybe I think other people understand, was like, especially because my place is small, when I started to put... I realized that, like, your house can actually look... This is going to sound crazy. Your house can look bigger by, like, cramming it full of maximizing the space.
Yes,
like, I was like, oh, I don't want it to look too crowded, so I'll get, like, everything should be, like, small. But I was like, no, I got to push this shelf up to the ceiling and, like, hang art above that. Like, that's going to...
Right.
The fact that you...
Thank you for saying that.
It's kind of confusing.
It is, but it's sort of, like, illusions to the eye. Like, you need to, like,
you're drawing the eye up and around.
Right.
And you're also showing, like, this place isn't small because I stuffed all this shit in here.
Mm-hmm. But it's not too much shit.
Yeah.
I hate when people, like, do, like, decorative clutter. Ugh, so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah. I honestly love when things have a function or when I find a new function for something. Like, that's really cool to me. Especially, like, I feel like working out from home, I've used so many weird things in my home to work out with. And I'm like, wow, this isn't just a chair. You can do, like, push-ups on this thing.
Yeah.
Or, like, this isn't just a table. Like, everything is, like...
Yeah, dips on it.
Yeah. I dip it low, pick it up slow.
All right.
That's, yeah. Put it back on the down low or whatever. Okay, we have one more question.
Ooh, I love this question too.
Okay.
This is a good...
This has an audio-visual component. I will warn you now that my phone downloaded these videos very blurry. I think
audio-visual component.
There's, like, videos.
Oh.
Okay, so, my brother sent me this. I'm not going to say which one.
Okay.
But you know. Dear Merika and Miles, was my crush sending out thirst traps in their Instagram stories during the quarantine? And I was too dense to see that? Or was he just bored during lockdown? I don't know him very well, so I assumed it was the latter, that he was bored. But now he has found himself a man, so maybe there was an ulterior motive to them after all. So basically, my brother sent us 3 videos, and he wants to know, are these thirst traps or not? The videos are blurry on my phone, and I apologize. Okay, here's number 1. Merika, please describe it.
Basically, this guy playing tennis, and he's doing a serve. He's really good at it, actually. The next video is him using a salad spinner to dry off lettuce, which I think is the stupidest kitchen tool ever. Okay. And then... Ooh, what? This is really interesting because I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's, like, kind of, like, laying by a pane window and, like, moving. He's in a treehouse, I guess. It's really strange. Like, he's, like, it looks like he's laying down, like, on top of the ceiling in a sense. And then he moves the phone to the pane window. It's really weird.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing just a plain black t-shirt. He looks hot, though. His face looks good because his, like, everything's, like, going up. You know, there's no sagginess, so he has a nice solid chin.
Oh, it is weird. He is, like, kind of lying down.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks hot in all 3, right? But he's also just doing regular Joe activities.
So I'm really confused, like, why Zachary, like, thinks this is, like, geared towards him. Like, did he send these to Zachary?
No, I don't think geared towards him. Basically, Zachary was, like, kind of Instagram talking to this guy and crushing on him, and then Zachary finally made a move, and he's like, oh, I actually just met someone. So Zachary's like, were these thirst traps in general? Were they for that other guy? Or were they just general, like, this is my life, and I'm hot, but it's not a thirst trap?
Okay, first of all, hot people always do thirst traps. All the time.
So you think these are thirst traps?
Yeah. For sure. They're like curated thirst traps.
Okay.
They're like curated, like where I don't think it looks like I'm not trying too hard, but I am, and this is my everyday life, but I look hot doing everyday things. So yeah. Of course, like, I'm a hot person and I don't do thirst traps every day, and I really need to get on it. You're
too busy doing social justice, which is like
I know
what it is now.
I know. I know, it's really hard. Because, like, doing, like, a thirst trap takes a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Angle. What am I doing? Like, what am I wearing? My hair. Like, all that stuff to look effortless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like half the time I, like, look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, my hair's so good today. And then I, like, pull up the camera, the evil camera of my phone, and they're like, you look like dirt. And I'm like, no, I don't. I literally don't.
I look at the mirror, and the mirror's telling me nothing.
Yeah.
It's totally the opposite of you.
Oh, it's not fair.
It's not. So those are thirst. I thought those were thirst traps to Zachary, and I'm like, okay.
No, I think it's like in general.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think?
I don't know, because he's so clothed in all of them, and for a gay man to be that clothed, I feel like it's not that thirsty. It's just like...
You don't understand thirst traps, okay? Thirst traps are, like,
I guess thirst traps
subtle.
Inherently are sneaky. So you're right. So then I think they are.
Yeah.
Because they're inherently like, oops, you think I'm hot?
What?
I'm just spinning a salad.
That's the dumbest one. But the tennis one is really good because he's actually pretty good at tennis. But see, the interesting thing about the tennis one is, like, I noticed in the background, like, the trees had no leaves. But he is wearing a t-shirt and shorts. So that was...
You're a detective. Okay, well, we are going to close out these, like, question episodes by, I'm going to ask Merika a question, Marika's going to ask me a question.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if my question is even that good for a podcast, or I had to think of something else.
I have a question.
Okay.
I thought of. Okay. How do you think your life would be different if you were an only child?
Whoa. I've never thought about that. So I have a twin brother, and I have a brother that's 3 years older, and I have a brother that's 11 years older. So if I didn't have any of them, and it was just me, and my parents getting divorced would probably be different and stuff. Well, I've always had, like I've been friends with you since kindergarten, so I've had, like, these really long going friends. I think part of that was because I had a twin, so it's like you kind of have more social glue. But I guess
I'm an only child, and of course my parents stay together, so
yeah, but I guess if, like, I didn't have any siblings, like, those friendships would probably be even more important.
Maybe.
I don't know, being an only child seems so bleak.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like the divorce would have played out more differently because my parents would have both probably tried to get more ownership of me if it was just me. Like, to be like, they'd probably fight over me more because they didn't really fight over us that much.
Right.
I mean, my mom, whatever.
Yeah, your mom.
She did some self-sabotage. But, or she did some dad sabotage that just sabotaged her.
Right.
I don't know, because I talk to my twin brother a lot, like once or twice a week or something. So I feel like I would probably, because I wouldn't have that, perhaps be lonelier. So maybe I would either have a pet or have had more pets, or I would, like, have roommates or something where I wasn't living alone or something, maybe. Or maybe I would, like, not go so long without dating. I don't know. I just feel like it's good to have somebody that really understands you that you can talk to.
Yeah.
So, which I guess Merika just, like, doesn't have, and that's really sad. No.
Well, I think you would learn how to be alone, probably. You're a very adaptable person. I think you would, like, really enjoy being alone. I enjoy being alone most of the time, but I do think about, like, you know, whenever I buy my own place. I don't know when that's gonna fucking happen. This month has been killing me financially. Like, all these birthdays, just killing me. So yeah, like, I think you would, you know, and I think when I think about, like, living alone, I'm like, I know I'm gonna like it, but at the same time I'm gonna miss, like, having, like, living with somebody too, and, like, having that camaraderie, and, like,
yeah, I really like living with somebody else.
Yeah. And, like, having someone coming home and telling your story, you know?
I know. So many people hate that. And I'm like, I like that.
It depends. Like, Adam would, like, when I first started living with Adam, like, my roommate who owns, like, the townhouse that we live in, he would constantly, like, not berate me, but, like, ask me a question, like, so where did you go? What did you do? And I'm like, and I had to, like, oh my God, no. And I told him, like, Adam, like, I tell you everything. And, like, most of my day is, like, very mundane. So if something exciting happened, I'm probably going to tell you. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll stop asking. I'm like, yeah, please stop asking, because there's nothing happened. Because I would, like, just have this snide, really bad tone. Like, nothing. Like, or, like, I can't even imitate it. But I know it was, like, very bitchy tone. And I wanted to stop doing that because I would be so annoyed. And I'm like, no. Like, just stop asking. And he did. He never asked ever again. Because I always tell him, like, everything that happens, so.
Learning curve.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, my question to Merika is, can you, for me, rate the 5 Chris's of Hollywood?
Oh.
Those Chris's are...
Okay.
Chris Pratt.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
Chris Evans.
Okay.
Do you remember all these guys?
Is Chris Evans Captain
America?
Okay, yep.
Chris Pine.
Yep.
Chris Messina.
Okay. I always mix up Chris Evans and Chris Pine up a lot.
Really? Like, visually or just...
Visually.
Okay.
They look very...
Pine is, like, blonder, blue-eye Star Trek, and then Evans is, like...
Yes,
brown-haired pecs. Chris Evans,
You're
to
right.
me, because he's always had, like, an amazing, hairy beautiful chest.
Yeah.
That's what, to me, his feature.
And then what was Chris? What's his face?
Messina. You guys, for Chris Messina is the one that sometimes people don't know. He is from, you guys can Google it, but he's from Vicky Cristina Barcelona. He's from Julie and Julia. He's from the Mindy Project. I think he's hot as hell. He's like Italian. And he kind of like talks like this. Like he's like very manly.
Very hot.
Go with your gut.
Okay, Chris Pratt is at the bottom because Chris Pratt is at the bottom because he has a very strong Christian belief, which is perfectly fine. I'm not all about that life at all. Like, I'm very more spiritual. Like, I want to be one with the universe.
He goes to a mega church.
Yeah, exactly, type of Christian. Okay, so, yeah. Bottom of the list. Would I be happy if I was married to him? Of course I would. But I would probably end up divorced like Anna Faris because she's not about that life.
I think you should just marry Anna Faris.
Probably, but I think she might have a drinking problem. But
ooh, you guys, you heard it here first.
Right. Then I would do Chris Pine.
Fourth.
We're
starting from the bottom.
Bottom, yeah. Okay. Chris Pine is fourth.
Even though I'm not a huge Chris Pine person either, but I've seen him in interviews. He has a really good personality, like really funny, nice.
Yeah, I think all the Chris's have really good, nice personalities.
That's true. Yeah.
Like all of them do. Gosh, the third one is gonna be the next the three that's left. Messina, Evans, and Hemsworth. Really tough. Because Messina is like kind of like older. Like, he'll age very well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you already know because he's aging already. Like, oh, yeah. Like,
I feel like he'll, like, pop open a bottle of red wine for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hemsworth, he has a really nice family. Like, his brothers are hot. Mm-hmm. They all seem very fun. They, like, wrestle still and, like, be ridiculous with each other and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, like, that seems like a fun, big family that I don't have a big family, so that'll be fun to like marry into. And then Chris Evans, like, it's fucking Captain America. Like, oh my god, like, he's just so hot.
Plus he has a gay brother.
He does?
Yeah, Scott Evans is his brother. He's also an actor and he's gay.
Is he single for you?
I don't know. He's not as hot as Chris, but
but he's still hot though.
Yeah. Kind of like a blonde Chris.
It's Messina, Hemsworth, Evans.
So Evans number one.
Evans is number one.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Evans is number one. I just think he's like smart and intelligent and nice and like patient. Like, God, he's Captain America. Like, I can't.
Yeah. Also, Human Torch back in the day. Yep. First two Fantastic Four movies, he's Human Torch.
Really?
Yeah.
With the Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba?
Yes. He plays her sister. Her brother.
Oh!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I don't recognize him.
And don't remember that guy from Nip Tuck played Dr. Doom. That casting was weird. Well, I'll just answer this myself, even though you didn't ask me, but I know my answer already. Number one, Chris Hemsworth, because I think he is just, like, he looks good with a beard. He looks good clean shaven. He looks good with, when he had that weird look where he had a mustache and wore lots of rings. He looks good in, like, dressed up as a woman in a wig. Like, he's really pretty. Like, he, just his attractiveness transcends, like, and it exudes into everything.
It does.
So, I can't deny that.
No, you can't.
Number two, Chris Messina. He's, like, that combination I like where he's, like, really manly but also not very tall. So it's all just compressed into this, like, Italian, like...
Northeastern,
authoritative, like, thing.
So
that's,
hot.
like... But I also feel like he could do, like, theater, too.
Yes!
Like, he seems, like, classically. Then I would go with Evans, because Evans has always had... A man's chest is my favorite thing. And Evans has always had an amazing, like, just, like, hairy chest. Ever since, like, he was in, like, Cellular... Remember that movie? Yeah.
Colin Farrell and he's in the booth, like the phone booth?
No. That's phone booth.
That's
There's phone booth and cellular is with Kim Basinger or something, and she gets like kidnapped, and then she dials a random cell phone number, and it's Chris Evans, and he has to find her and save her. I think it's Kim Basinger.
Okay.
You guys, Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars, so it looks like a trash movie, but it's really like it's a really good thriller.
Singular?
Cellular. I had it on DVD. Maybe I still do.
So.
And then I think Pratt, just because he's like large, and then Pine, because Pine just kind of like blonde hair, blue eye, which is not really my thing. Okay, well that's our episode. These are.
It's a mini-sode. It's a
mini-sode. I'm looking at our clock. It's like 30 minutes. We'll cut it down.
Yeah.
You guys can email us questions for this at idk.
Please email us our questions.
Yes, idkpod@gmail.com. Or you could message our own Instagrams or Twitters or whatever. Like, you can reach out to us, really. We'll take it from anywhere. Any questions we can get. Any orifice. Yes.
Anyway.
So my Instagram and Twitter is fine, which is UG, then 6 H's, and then fine.
And mine is Mad Hate, MADHAYTE. On Instagram. That's the only social media that I really attend to, so...
Yeah. And that's our episode. Bye, guys.
Bye!
I think we answered that perfectly, and we gave them everything they needed.